online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
High five. You know we had to use this song. Come on, guys. If you guys don't know, we made this song happen on Forever tonight. We will get into it. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for Forever, Season 1, Episode 19. They're doing their own thing over there. I am your host, Kate Aquillano. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kate Aquillano. I am joined by my lovely co-host.
Hi, everybody. Pegah Rad. Hello, hello.
And I'm Marielou Mandl, and I'm so excited.
All right, I hope we have all of our returning favorite viewers, but if someone is new to this after show right now, give me a lowdown on what happened, this historic event that happened tonight.
On October 14th, 2014, we had Donnie call in, who all of you know plays Detective Mike Hanson. Called in, and Kate actually asked if the rumors were true, and he was in a rock band back in the day, and he said, "Oh my gosh, yes." And we said we should get Detective Hanson to sing.
We just threw it out there.
Very loosely. And he said, you know what, that'd be awesome. Can we make that happen? So with the help of you amazing fans out there on Twitter, and Matt Miller, and
we had the creator on the show, and we told him about it.
We got a hashtag going.
Yeah, the hashtag Get Donnie to Sing.
Yeah.
We did it.
And 4 or 5 months later, we saw the episode tonight. We're so excited.
And Donnie is actually going to call into the show in a couple minutes to tell us all about filming it and how it all went down. So if you can't tell, we're really excited about this.
We're Detective Hanson groupies.
We're so excited. But of course, we want to know what you think. So tweet us, hashtag ABTV Forever. Watch it on YouTube, SoundCloud, listen on iTunes, leave messages, notes. What if we missed something, we want to know, and we want to know what you think.
Yeah.
But let's jump into this episode and wait until Donnie calls. Okay. It's called Punk is Dead. Love it.
Yes, fitting.
Very fitting. We always open on Henry and Abe. I love that. It gives you comfort. And they're eating dinner, and he's kind of like, this is kind of nice that we're not being interrupted by murder or Joe or whatever. And it's like, oh, Joe's on a date. And I love that Cuba character has.
I think it's so cute.
But it also scares me because he's not here forever. So she is kind of letting her guard down, so I just don't want her to get hurt. But I think he is a good guy.
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to ask, I know you were like championing for Joe and Henry to be together. Like, is this...
you are the romantic one of the panel.
You guys, I like when they have cute moments, and I'd like to think that there's something, but I don't want them together.
Oh, all right.
I want them to be BFFs. I'm happy with that.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right. I don't know. I think she's lying. I think she really secretly wants it. She just doesn't want to admit it because she doesn't want to have her hopes killed. But they're on a date, and they go to this bar called Trash Bar, and he makes a joke, I owned it. Or he owns it, and she's like, what? It's like you forget that he's so rich. Mm-hmm. And apparently he's shutting it down to build a hotel, and she's like, no, this is a landmark. And he's like, stop being a cop for one night. Just let your guard down. As soon as that is said, there's a body in the wall.
And it's like they hit it right at the exact spot.
Not very deep in the wall. It's very deep.
You
little
think
drywall.
That would I guess it's called Trash Bar, so maybe it has a certain scent. Mm-hmm. But when she was originally put in there, I would think mummies smell too.
Yeah.
But even when she was originally put in there, you would think.
I think it was a crash bar, which it could still stink.
It was probably really smelly.
Well, I think clubs like that do stink.
Yeah.
They smell like vomit
it's
and
sweat.
beer.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
Note to a murderer: hide bodies in the trashy bar.
Trashy bar.
Just kidding. Okay, and then we go to the morgue, and they're trying to figure out who this is. The clothes, based on the clothes, Joe thinks early 80s, and then they're going to rehydrate her with a bath.
Yeah, Lucas is like creating the bath. He's so excited about it.
And Kate's like, ooh, I want a bath.
Yeah.
He explained he's like lavender and and essential oils. I was like, oh, you can draw me a bath. I wouldn't mind that.
And Joe was mentioning the outfit, and she was like, oh, it's early 80s. I wish that there was a flashback of Joe or a picture of Joe where she's like, no, this is how I dress. Because she would go to Crash Bar.
Yeah.
And I
would really like to see an old picture of Joe.
That would have been a fun touch.
Having a blast.
That would have been fun. Because we
Big hair
did
and
sort of
everything.
see pictures of Hanson. His ear. But we'll get to that. During the examination of the body, Henry finds a hair that he can tell is not hers because it's long and it's half blonde, half black. So that'll play a part later in the episode. But the really interesting twist is while they're at the morgue, Joe gets a call from prison, and it's Eddie Warsaw, and he's like, I need to know if that's Lucy. And she's like, well, come on down. And he's like, I can't.
I'm kind of stuck in here.
I thought that was I was like very drawn in at that point. I was like, oh, I like this episode.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. This guy's been in jail for, 30 years? And
35 years.
He's like, he wants answers. He knows he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And this was somebody he loved.
Yeah.
So that crazy rock star love, but it's love.
But it's love. And that's when they go to like the NYPD. They're in like their little workspace, and Hanson comes in. He's like, "Did you know I was in a rock band?" And I'm like, "I love this. This is the start of it." So they did. I was just telling you guys before the show, like they could have just threw him in a karaoke bar after. Donnie, are you here with us?
Of course I'm here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You're here with Kate, Pegah, and Marielou.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Kate, Pegah, and Marielou.
Oh my God, thank you.
How are you?
We're good. Thank you so much for staying up late. I know. Are you still in New York?
Oh, yes, I'm still here. Are you kidding? I've got my Diet Coke in hand.
Oh, my goodness.
I figure what better way to stay up than to go get a burger from Wendy's and
there you go.
That's awesome.
Coke. That's exactly what I did.
Well, I was so excited during this episode, I spilled my Diet Coke.
She totally did. That's for real.
But you can tell that we are ecstatic about this episode because we played a part in kind of making this happen. So I want
Are you kidding? You guys were the freaking engineers.
So break it down for us. Like, of course, we brought it up with you during your interview. We told Matt Miller during his interview. We told the writers. Twitter happened.
Oh, my God, no.
How did it happen on your end?
Oh, my God. You guys were totally the orchestrators behind this whole thing. So we had that interview, which was great, the first time I met you guys. And it was like... Well, there was all this kind of like buzz about it from you guys, and then some of the fans just kind of jumped on board and started asking questions about my singing background. And I was like, well, okay, I did some singing in high school, and I did a couple Broadway shows, in one of which I didn't even sing, but I guess I have a singing background because the AFTERBUZZ girls say I do. So I was like, okay, let's roll with this. And then, so when did we first talk? It was like episode 3 or something.
I think it was episode
really early
3.
On.
3 or 5?
Yeah, it was really early on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, fast forward to like maybe halfway through shooting. So like maybe, I don't know, it was like episode 10 or 12 or something. Or maybe it was even further on than that. And I get a call from... Well, not even a call, an email from Miller, Matt Miller, and he's like, it just had 4 words. It had, what was that, 5 words? I hear you can sing.
Yes!
What hear you can sing? He was like, I hear you can sing. And I was like, and I went in my spiel, and I was like, okay, I guess let's do, and he said, he's like, well, I'm thinking of like can you rock like a karaoke thing? And I was like, okay, whew, like, all right. Yeah, karaoke, I think, is in my wheelhouse. And then it was like they were so cool about it, and they were like, yeah, these the AFTERBUZZ girls got all over this and like whipped up this storm about it. And so, I mean, kudos to you guys. It totally came from you. You guys were the ground floor and the grassroots organization on that thing, and it was totally your thing. So try to get some producers credits or something.
Hey, we were just saying that. Can we put that we wrote, contributed to a Forever episode on our resumes?
I would say you get the entire Hanson thread.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Thank you. Because I need that on my IMDb.
I'm like a nobody, but you should drop that to Matt Miller next time.
Oh, we'll let him know.
So in the episode, you mentioned that you were a part of the Craniacs. Was that something made up, or was that actually the band that you were in the past?
No, that was totally made up. That
Okay.
was the writers. They actually did a little bit, girls. They gave us a name. So we have to give them that. We have to give them
Yes.
that.
We had a fan question from the Forever Fan podcast of what was the name of your band, your real life band.
The name of my band, it was totally a high school band, and we did like a circuit in Memphis, Tennessee that kind of, I mean, we were a flash in the pan. We were probably much like the Craniacs.
I love it.
But we called ourselves Elements.
Oh, I like that.
No, we were totally, it was more fun than anything, and we tried to do all that prog rocky stuff. We kind of did Rush cover songs and like tried to do some Yes stuff and even Pink Floyd. But we were in the midst of like the late 80s, early 90s, so a lot of the stuff that we did was like this hair band stuff, the White Snake, the Poison, all those late 80s, early 90s hair band things. So when Forever was like, what do you do? I was like, well, my wheelhouse would be late 80s, early 90s. So let's pick something in that safe zone. And they said, they were like, well, just give us like 7 or 8 songs. And I'm trying to think of some of the ones that lost out.
I heard White Snake was your second choice, but first choice was a Bon Jovi song?
Actually, first choice, was Wanted Dead or Alive. Just
nice.
It would have been fun thematically. And also, I had just, I had used that song for auditions here and when I was, on the Broadway circuit. So I kind of knew that song. And, so it came down to stuff that I could really, that I knew that I could sort of do if I had to kind of walk. Because, this network TV stuff is fast. So sometimes it's like, we can get a studio, and then there's times that there were murmurs about, well, we'd like you to do it live, and I was sort of like, I don't think I can do that. So I had to just choose some stuff that I could sort of feel comfortable with under whatever circumstance.
Nice.
And, I'm trying to think of what else. Sister Christian was up there on the list. What else? I was like, I could do probably any Bryan Adams thing. So there was Bryan Adams, Motley Crue that made. Yeah, I think Home Sweet Home might have been up on the list.
Nice.
But good old Here I Go Again, the anthem of like sort of, what would that be like late, like 89 to 91 is what I remember that being.
Yeah, I thought it was a great choice.
Yeah, I love it. That's one of my favorite songs and favorites for karaoke. I'm Filipino, so karaoke is very big in my growing
perfect.
up. I grew up with karaoke in my house, so
nice.
That was an exciting one to see.
I've actually never done a real karaoke night, and when we did that episode, all of us sitting on the shoot that day were like, we've got to do this together. So we have it on our list to try to do together as a cast. I think
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's like my template now of what it is, and it was. I could see it can be an amazing night out with friends.
It
was so fun just play acting that.
And you could do karaoke. so many different ways, because you can have it in a bar like it is in the episode, but you can also go to like these like
private rooms
that take it very seriously,
super serious, or you can do it in a living room.
I bet.
Well, tell us about that shoot day. Did the other cast members give you a hard time? Were they cheering you on? How was it?
Were they talking about us?
They were as true to the form that they always are. They were so supportive. I mean, the people I work with are amazing. They're just great people. And Cuba Gooding Jr., you didn't get to see this, but he got a whirl at it. He got up and
oh man, they should have put that in there.
I know. You see, I had the luxury, and that's why I said that to them. I need this to kind of be like perfect circumstances for me to sing, because I just don't do it every day. So I said, we've got to arrange some studio time, and I've got to get in there and like lay down the track and have a couple cracks at it. He didn't get to do that. So they had him do something live. I mean, and he was awesome. He broke out with, what did he do? Young MC, Bust a Move.
No, he didn't. That's amazing.
You want it. You got it.
Amazing. He was Running Man. He was
I wish someone videotaped that, like on a cell phone or.
That's got it. Somebody has to have that somewhere.
You have to find it for us.
Our next mission is to find that.
Yeah.
But in this episode, I was okay, because it was your moment.
It was your moment.
We got hashtag Donnie to sit.
It was great. It was great the way it came out, but I just think technically they probably just didn't get the right audio for his thing, because he was totally doing it live and literally dancing the Running Man while he was singing Bust a Move. So,
love it.
Wow.
I don't think.
How has it been having Cuba on set? We were just chatting before that we love his character. We know it's just a small arc, but we were saying how like we really are enjoying this little.
He's so charming.
He's very charming.
He's very charming. He's charming in life too. He was such. I haven't worked with many legit Oscar winners, so I don't have much of a template on that. So, but he does not. I mean, if the mold of the Oscar winner is like some pompous actor that walks in a room with a big head, like he totally is not that at all. He's like just such a down-to-earth guy. Just came in and treated it like he was on somebody else's turf, I guess you could say. It was just very respectful that he was coming into another energy, and he wasn't demanding or anything. He was just a great guy. Just a great guy. I mean, what you see on screen, that kind of sort of easy, charming, affable quality he has is what he is in life too. Totally great guy.
Well, that's so good to hear.
Of course, I had like the karaoke moment and like one other real moment with him, and I didn't have any other scenes with him. But he was. I heard the same thing about him across the board from everybody. He was just great.
Very cool. Well, are you still shooting? I know this is episode 19. So are you guys done?
We are coming into our last week of shooting here. We closed down like April 7th, so we're like really down to the wire here. I've got like three shooting days left.
Oh my goodness!
And then we're done. Then we sort of see what happens.
Donnie, let's get real. Let's just get real.
Break it down
right now.
Where is Abigail?
Where is Abigail, and what can you tell us about the end of the season?
I can't say much,
Shocker.
I knew you'd go there.
How these things are. But she's definitely around. So, I mean, she's around.
Donnie, I said it since episode 1 that she is still alive. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, Kate's called it.
Mic drop.
She goes into the end of the year still around.
Okay.
There is a moment. I think there's a surprising moment with that story in her that everyone will enjoy. But she's definitely still an impactful part of the chemistry till the end of the season.
I like how Kate tried to get you.
And maybe beyond. I mean, I don't. You know how these flashbacky things are. It's like they could pick it up at any point. They could even probably go further back than whatever our point of departure was for this first. So I think it's fluid that way in terms of story. So like even if I did know really where they were going with any character, it could be either right or wrong based on the fact that they can sort of jump around in time. Yeah.
That was Kate trying to get you in a vulnerable moment. She knows you're sleepy.
Hey.
What's that?
It's what a responsible host would do. Is I gotta ask the question.
Absolutely. And you know that I'm always here to answer if I have it.
We love it.
Now, the thing that I love about you most, Donnie, is that you're just you're so such a team player on Twitter with all your fans. Everybody just loves you so much, and we appreciate you calling in. And
yeah, I hope we didn't
really
put you through too much pain making you sing on tonight's episode.
No pain at all. You guys are the best. Absolute best. I told you I didn't, the last time we talked, I didn't have any social media. I mean, I literally got the Twitter account for this show.
Oh.
And I have become a fast fan of the Twitter brigade. I think it's a really cool thing.
It's awesome.
Especially for people in our business, it just keeps you connected. But I think in general, like, it's really cool. I think it's really cool. I like to stay in touch with them.
Well, the Forever Fan Club, they're on Twitter at ABCForever_fans. They have a question for you. They played a huge role in getting you to sing as well, because they were sharing and tweeting and creating social graphics. So thank you to them. But they want to know, should we expect a CD from Donnie in the future?
Oh my God! Oh man, that might even be a project even beyond the AFTERBUZZ crew's reach.
I'm ready for the Detective Hanson Broadway show.
I don't know if I have the chops for that one, but I mean, I would have a blast doing it. It would be fun. Maybe we can get the Craniacs to crank out a lost tapes
and get more of a photo than just your ear.
Yes. I was hoping there was some crazy... We were hoping it was an actual picture. We go, oh, is it going to be an accurate picture of, like, when he was, younger?
In high school.
I know. That would have been fun. But that was cute with the ear, just his ear showing. I thought that was
cute.
I love it. Well, Donnie, you are the best. Thank you so much for calling in, and we are... obviously crossing our fingers for season 2 because we love the show. We love you, and
you guys are the best. I love you guys, and we'll do it again in season 2. We'll just keep putting our energies that way.
Good. We'll think of a new storyline that we need Detective Mike Hanson to get into in season 2.
If you're going to miss Donnie after Forever's out,
absolutely, I'm gonna start using you guys as like the backdoor. Ghostwriting machine here.
You need a storyline? You let us know.
You just let us know,
we will
Donnie.
tweet for you.
Yes. Yeah. So
I sure will.
Donnie, you are in an Adam Sandler movie, yes?
I am in an Adam Sandler movie. It's called The Cobbler. It's a Thomas McCarthy, who brought us Station Agent and Win-Win. He has his new film is called The Cobbler with Adam Sandler. It's a cute little comedy. Now the weird thing is I play Sandler's great grandfather in flashback. The first part of the movie is set in like the tenement era in New York City, in this community of sort of Orthodox and Hasidic Jewish community in New York City in the tenement houses. And out of that is Adam Sandler's character's lineage. And so the first part of the movie is set in that.
Nice.
In that. And I play his great grandfather. It was great fun. It's called The Cobbler, and it's about this guy who cobbles together shoes back then.
My goodness.
Adam passes on the business to Adam Sandler, and Dustin Hoffman plays what would be my son, and then so Adam Sandler's dad. So it was great fun, and it's a really cute movie.
Well, now we won't
That's
have
fun.
too much of a withdrawal.
Yeah, so when Forever's on break, then we can still get some Donnie.
Some
take
Donnie.
it. We'll take it.
I love it. Again, thank you so much. And, we'll be chatting on Twitter. Where
Yes.
can our viewers find you? It's just @, and then your name, correct?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Love it. Thank you so much, Donnie.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, have
we
a great
will.
night.
Thanks, girls.
Bye.
Bye.
He's such a pro at Twitter now.
I want to
We've
check how
created
many
a monster.
followers he has.
How many is it?
Okay, well, I'll keep the show going.
You
while
keep
guys
going.
unpack.
We're somewhere
So-
where Eddie's guitar stained with Lucy's blood.
Yes.
This is important
Whatever the other
stuff.
storyline that's
This is
going
important.
And they present Eddie with, the photo of Lucy in jail. And they're like, is this her? And he's like, yes, it
It
is.
1,700.
1,700.
Donnie, you're killing it.
0
Getting
to
it done.
1,700 in no time.
No time whatsoever. He has been in jail for 35 years. Sorry, I guess I'm giddy over talking to Donnie, and then I got to go back to the episode. And basically, the lieutenant was a beat cop on the case. And so she remembers, it wasn't just an open and shut case. The jury had there was no body. So the jury decided that the guitar with her blood was enough evidence to put him away for her murder. She was never okay with that. So the DA wants them to finish this case really quick, and she's like, no, be thorough.
Yeah.
I love that, Lieutenant.
That's why she's the
coming around.
boss.
Yeah.
She is the boss. They go and have an interview with Eddie, and obviously he denies it. Did you believe him?
I did. It wasn't going to be too easy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I believed it.
All right.
I believed it.
But
He
then,
wasn't gonna
why would he
in.
call?
Yeah. What she said.
true. Fine.
Right.
True. All right, then we get this flashback.
Flashback.
And it's just heartbreaking. It's 1985. Abigail, who is now 64, is missing.
Which I totally can see why she would run away. Remember the last time we saw Abigail around that age, she was really upset about how people were looking at her and Henry in public, and she just knew that it had to end.
Well, even the cops say, this is your wife? How old is she?
Yeah.
And then there was this note, and the cop's like, it sounds like she doesn't want to be found. So it just seems like she left, and Henry can't really accept that. It made
poor
me tear up.
guy.
She videotaped me during it, and I almost shed a tear.
Yeah, because I saw the episode earlier and I knew what was coming, and I knew, oh my gosh, Abigail's story is going to break hearts.
Especially my heart. I've always been on your side, Abigail.
So I'll post that video up for you guys tomorrow on Instagram. But
Yay.
I didn't get any real tears. I tried.
I was sad, though.
She was very sad.
There was something going on.
Still got a few more episodes. I might make it happen.
Oh, it'll probably happen. Season finale tears will happen. They go back to the morgue, and I love Lucas.
Yeah, they have to act out the crime scene.
Yeah.
And Henry's like, turn around. He's like, oh, I hate this part. He just.
Why isn't anyone else here? He doesn't hit him, obviously. But they kind of figure out that that's probably not what killed her. It was holding the guitar in the wrong way, and that's probably not how it went down. But then it goes to, I keep wanting to say Eric.
Yeah, it's
Eddie. The DA has presented him with a plea deal, which means if he signs it, he is a free man, and but the case is closed. So they won't investigate
any further.
So Henry's not okay. He's about to sign it, and do you think Henry's putting some of his emotion on what he experienced with Abigail?
Of course.
On Eddie, and
Yes.
that's someone's life.
It is somebody's life, but I just don't think that Henry would ever be okay with just giving up on the search for Abigail and not knowing. And
I
felt for him.
mean, I know Henry. He's so good at what he does. Obviously, he would have found the killer because he would not rest until he did. It's a lot of pressure. Because if he doesn't sign it and they don't find the killer, he's going back to jail probably for even longer than he was there originally. And he's already served 35 years.
that's a long time. It's a long time.
It's a long time.
That's more than my lifetime.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
You can just say that. Me too.
Sure.
Just
Why
say me
not?
too.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we go back to Henry and Abe. Henry's kind of updating Abe on the case and what's going on. And there's another flashback to where Henry's just, the whole Abigail mystery is just overtaking him, and Abe has to come in. How old would you say Abe is in these flashbacks?
25?
I was going to say late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
And he has to kind of, like, pull his father out of it, and he puts him to bed, and you just see that, like, Abe's always been there for him.
Yeah. And Dave Krunholtz was really good casting for Abe.
Casting.
Great.
That's awesome.
I mean, great. Like, look just like Abe.
Yeah. Maybe he'll play him in, like, if there's flashbacks more to that time period that they'll bring him back. It was a great casting. They go back to the morgue, and Joe finds cash in Lucy's jacket, which somehow, because it's curled, it's drug money.
Yeah, I didn't know how they put that together.
Because drug money's rolled up, right?
Oh,
That's the only way you can. You can
Oh.
only give money for drugs if it's rolled up. That's a lie. I don't know. I'm making that up.
How did...
Since Lucas thinks, because Henry just needs to go find Frank Farrell. But he's like, Lucas, will you go to the club with me? He hugs him.
She's like, we're gonna go party.
Like, oh.
I've been waiting for this forever.
Oh my God. I loved
that. I was really happy about that.
So they go into the club. Frank has no hair. He is bald. And they go in a roundabout way of getting his DNA. They get thrown out twice. Joe comes because Lucas calls her. They get at least Frank Farrell into an interrogation room because they found his DNA on Lucy. That was his hair.
Yes.
Did you think it was him?
No.
Too easy, right? It was way too easy.
Too easy.
It's not like
Yeah.
the typical bad guy.
Yeah, it's never the typical bad guy. 'Cause he is a bad guy. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Not that guy.
He claims he gave her the money because she was cleaning up her life and he was her friend and blah, blah, blah. But he also says that Lucy was kind of hated by Eddie's bandmates because, she was I don't know if it was like she was taking him away from the band, but whatever, they did not like her.
Yeah, I think
Basically.
preoccupying his time.
Okay, so then they're like, okay, let's go talk to his bandmates. Obviously, Eddie's in jail. One had died. And so there's this rich guy left. And it's hilarious. They go to his house, and he's like a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, with like a punk girl daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, when we find out about the one guy that died, I was creeped out by Henry knowing that the guy was almost dead.
Oh, I know.
I was like,
Of course he knew that.
it's creepy. I wonder if is he going to walk in and look at me and be like, you need to eat more vegetables.
But this rich guy, something was off. I knew, something wasn't right. Henry sees a cuff that his daughter is wearing, and it matches, a puncture wound on Lucy. So, obviously, he's involved. He just spills everything and says, I stuffed her body in a wall, but I didn't kill her. And then he has, a knife to prove it?
Yeah, he's like, I knew this day would come where I'd have to protect myself from whatever.
Yeah, and
the
if he
police.
knew this day was going to come, then he needed to get rid of that cuff.
I know.
Don't give it to your daughter.
It was just a little strange because if you're still going to get in trouble. Say what he did was absolutely true and he had nothing to do with the murder. You're still interfering with an investigation and you withheld information from authorities. I would think you'd still get in some trouble. No?
Wait, did he thought that Eddie really killed her?
Yes. So he was telling the truth.
Okay.
Because he didn't see her actually die.
He just walked into the room.
Yeah.
So there's a flashback of him telling the story. Apparently he finds Eddie's knife next to her. He thinks they fought and something happens and there's a hole in the wall, so he just puts her in there. I don't know, that's kind of sick individual. That's a whole nother conversation. But
doesn't it make you think of what kind of things are hiding in walls all over?
I don't want to think about that.
Here. Guys.
Henry gets really frustrated because it's everything's fitting together. I can't figure it out. And Abe is like, you need to take a step back.
He's like, you're becoming obsessed the way that you were, and I can't do this anymore.
So we flash back, and Abe has thrown everything out. It's been a year. and Henry is like has one of those like boards with like string attached to pictures, and he throws everything out. So we think interesting. And then it goes to Henry and Eddie at the prison, and I think Henry sees him. He's finally realizing what Abe is saying is correct. Like, he sees himself in Eddie when he freaks out. And it's like, oof, maybe I'm getting too close.
Yeah, he shows him the knife and he freaks out. He's like, I'm telling you, I didn't do this. I don't know. At that point, I thought
maybe, like, I don't know. I was like, maybe Eddie just did it on accident, and maybe he was really, like, high on drugs and just didn't know.
Oh, maybe.
Because I didn't know who else would have done it, and then I figured it out. But at that moment, I was like, does he not remember?
You guys, I have not figured out one. Not one. This entire season. I don't try.
Next week we'll try. You can try. Okay. We won't say anything, and you try.
Everybody out. It's the gardener. It's this guy. It's this guy.
All right. Well, we have to wrap up because Donnie's interview. Because we talked to Donnie. We talked to Donnie
because we got him to sing.
But they see the knife he figures out doesn't fit into her puncture wound, and Lucas has the aha moment that there's this nail that she was kind of like thrust up against. Joe and him go to the bar, find the nail,
and then a fingerprint,
but Eddie had already signed the plea deal, so it was closed. But then he finds out that there was so much to talk about stuff. That Lucy was pregnant, and there's a kid, and the kid's father is the photographer.
Yeah, so she had been clean off of drugs for 8 months, and she went away, and so she had the baby, came back.
He's like, let me check her uterus.
And pretty much. Yeah. And then Jeffrey Templeton, the son, the cute little son.
Yeah. His dad is a photographer.
Yeah.
But he's adopted.
Carl Massey. So they go to the photographer's place, and he knows why they're there. He spills it. He got Lucy clean, and then she wanted to go back to him after the baby. She was not happy. He killed her on accident, but he still killed her.
Yeah, we withheld that information for 30-something years.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Sorry, when Eddie comes out after they leave the photographer's house or wherever, and we thought for a second maybe Henry was going to get shot and killed in front of Joe, and I really want that to happen.
He needs to die soon.
He does need to die soon.
So Eddie's there. He shoots the window. You think he's going to shoot Carl because he's put him there in jail for 35 years. Yeah. He sees his son, and there's a moment, and they just know that's my dad.
I am your father.
So then they figure it all out, and Carl's arrested. They don't press charges against Eddie, and Henry gives him a little pep talk about having a son, which is really cute. And then we get to the karaoke bar.
Oh my gosh.
And Donnie sings. Thank you, everyone, for making that happen.
We were freaking out. We really were.
It was really, really exciting.
It was so cool.
You have our reaction.
She will post it.
I will post it.
But it ends with Henry looking at the birth certificate for Jeffrey, Lucy's child, and there are these 2 doves. And he has this weird memory of something that involves Abigail, and then Abe just kind of like brushes it off. And he goes to a secret warehouse storage unit, and Abe has everything.
Still has it.
And there's a stamp with those 2 doves. Oh my God.
So let's get into predictions.
Predictions. What does that mean?
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Marielou, what is that?
I feel like you guys have theories about that specifically.
I don't know, but I know she is alive. Does that mean she's like hiding out at the? Because she was a nurse in the war. So was she a nurse at this hospital this whole time? Is she still there? Is Abe gonna go? I don't know.
I don't even know where to go with this. I'm overwhelmed.
Oh my gosh.
She's going to make an appearance. She has
to. What about you?
Okay, so we have, 3 more episodes left?
3 more episodes.
All right, well, Henry's got to die, and I think it will be in front of one of the other characters. Somebody new is going to find out. I'm not sure who. But I feel like...
What if it's Detective Hanson? He won't know what to do with the information.
Oh my gosh, he's just...
I don't think Detective Hanson can handle it.
Yeah. I think we'll get some Abigail. He's got to die, and there's going to be a huge... Adam's going to show up. I mean, there's going to be some craziness in the last 3 episodes.
There's not enough time. There's not enough time.
You guys, let us know what your predictions are. Again, watch us on YouTube, SoundCloud, listen to us on iTunes. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we missed anything. Tell us about Donnie's interview. What do you think?
Yeah, tell us what you thought about Donnie's singing. You guys did it.
Yeah, and thanks for making it happen, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag we got Donnie to sing. Oh my God.
High five, y'all.
We're awesome. Where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Marielou Mandl.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Pegah Rad.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kate Aquillano. We keep that really easy.
Yeah, and now you can find us all on Periscope.
Periscope, yes. We're all about Periscope.
My new fun game.
And guys, follow Donnie.
Yes.
Follow Donnie on Twitter because he is loving it.
And tell him how good he is at Twitter.
He's amazing. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.